ladies and gentlemen, Chaos Wolf here with the Mighty Ducky, and welcome back to episode 4 of Zero to Hero. The series where we go from space crap-out pilot to hopefully one day God amongst the stars. Now, at the moment, we are still a little bit more Zero than Hero, but we've made some strides towards Hero status, and we're actually about to go and make some more. Because it was actually pointed out to me by Neurovello that it's not that interesting to watch an adder for quite a while. And actually, following that comment, I actually had a look over at my current assets. And the thing is, I actually didn't think I had as much as I had. For some weird reason, I thought I was only on about 200 to 300,000 credits, so I didn't think I actually had enough to get myself a Cobra. But it turns out I've actually got enough, and then some. So what we're actually going to be doing today is we're actually going to go and hunt for a Cobra, fix it up a little bit, and basically go and cause some mischief and mayhem. So what we're going to do is we are actually going to go launch, and we're actually going to go and fly over to the Coriolis station in this system, because it does actually have a shipyard. Where we are at the moment doesn't have a shipyard because we're actually only at an outpost, and I'm pretty sure not many outposts, if any, actually have any shipyards. But I think we actually better wake up the co-pilot. Pepper, wake up.
Initiating. Awaiting orders.
Retract the landing gear.
Retracting the landing gear.
Right, well, let's get the hell out of here and actually go and find ourselves a new ship. You know, one of the great features about Pepper is she actually knows quite a lot about a lot of things. So, let's try this. Tell me about the Cobra Mark III.
The Cobra Mark III is a classic all-purpose ship found throughout human space. The model was first built in Lave Cal and Ebjirat shipyard in Lave in 3100.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
See, she's extremely useful. She has lots of knowledge about different things, but then again, you do actually have to install this kind of things yourself. I could ask her about some other interesting things, like Constellation Gemini.
Gemini is a constellation. It was one of the 48 constellations described by the 2nd century astronomer Ptolemy, and it remains one of the 88 modern constellations today. Its name is Latin for twins, and it is associated with the twins, Castor and Pollux, from Greek mythology.
Like I said, she's a well of both useful and useless information. The guys over at Elite Dangerous Voice Packs have actually done an amazing job with Pepper, but Pepper isn't actually her name, because a lot of you have actually been asking me where do I actually get her, and it is from Elite Dangerous Voice Packs, and she is pretty much the custom pack of Astra. Yeah, and just looking around, we can't see any other ships, because what I get then is I actually get her to call me by my name, and I actually get to choose her name and a custom response. So that's going to be quite cool. But anyway, I'm going to jump ahead until I actually get inside here. Either that or we find an interesting ship to go and hijack. Ooh, Summer Davis. Dangerous. Ooh. Oh, here we go. I think we're actually going to go for this one, because this one is actually wanted. That is if we can actually get there in time, because it looks like they're actually going to try and drop out where... Or at least they're either trying to drop out where we are, or they're just leaving, because they're going fairly slow. There we go. So, you're mine. So I'm going to try and close the distance a little bit. So I've throttled up fully. And when we actually get closer, I'm going to throttle down a little bit to try and help mitigate the amount of damage I'm going to take dropping out. There we go. So throttle down a bit. I didn't spin as much as I thought I was going to. But right, let's actually get our weapons out. And let's get a scan off. So he's wanted, but he's in a hauler. So I have a feeling, or she maybe, I have a feeling they are going to be carrying some rather interesting cargo. Rare artwork and liquor. Yeah, okay, fine. Power to weapons.
Diverting power to weapons.
Power to engines.
Power diverted to engines.
Yeah, like doing this because I can actually keep more manoeuvrable. And I don't need much weapon power right here.
Target shields offline. Programming limpet drone.
Let's fire off a limpet.
Hatchbreaker limpet engaged.
Cool. So now all we need to do is just stay around here and wait until the hatchbreaker's done its job. Now the great thing about the Cobra that we're going to be getting is we're going to be able to fit a better hatchbreaker limpet controller. So we're going to be able to do a lot more. Right, let's see what he's going to be dropping. Right, what's he dropping? Contacts, rare artwork. Okay, fine.
Target shields online.
Alright, let's take his shields down again and fire one more limpet off. Power to weapons.
Power to weapons.
Target shields offline. Programming limpet drone.
So we've got 5 canisters out at the moment.
Hatchbreaker limpet engaged.
So what we'll do is we'll start taking his hull down because we're going to kill this guy. Because we have already scanned him for warrants, not just for cargo.
Target cargo dropped.
Power to engines.
Power to engines.
He's trying to turn on me. So let's change that by actually reversing on him. Hello. Didn't expect that, did you?
Commander Chaos Rule.
Shut up.
Yes, Commander.
There we go, we got him.
Target destroyed.
Retract hardpoints.
Retractant weapons.
Okay, so we've got 2 liquors and a bunch of artwork. So I think that's pretty much everything. Okay. Let's see where we are. Where's the closest one? That would be technically this one, I think. Or is this one going to be closer? Yeah, we'll go for this one first. Deploy cargo scoop.
Deploying cargo scoop.
Hopefully we won't be getting the feds turning up anytime soon, because if they do, we're going to have to hightail it. Because I don't want to get scanned by them. Actually, there's one a bit closer by the looks of it. Over here. There, right there. Right, well I'm going to carry on scooping all this up, and I will see you guys when I am back in Super Cruise. Right, so we're back in Super Cruise, though I am having to go and make a quick detour back to Crown Platform. Because of the fact that, well, where we were going, doesn't have a black market. I didn't actually take that into consideration. So, oh well. Got a nice message from Commander Dark Widow. I will reply in a moment. Yep, Commander Dark Widow is actually currently out in the middle of in the middle of the deep dark void on his way to Sagittarius A, along with me on my main account. And he is one of the big advocates of the Empire, so he's very, very happy to hear that we're actually aiming for a clipper here. Now, after we actually sell everything here, I'm going to go straight back over to the main system, well, the main system, the Coriolis, and jump into a Cobra. So I'm not going to make you sit around and wait for me again. I'm going to try not to get sidetracked by any more tasty, wanted ships. So, I'll see you guys in a moment. Wait a sec, we want docking pad 1, so where's that? I think it's down here, actually. Yep, there it is. Deploy landing gear.
Deploying landing gear.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
So let's quickly fence what we've got and let's head back out. So let's reload and refuel. So we want contacts. There we go, we can get our bounty voucher from that hauler, which was nice. And go into the black market quick. So we'll sell the liquor. That's not going to sell for much, but it's better than a kick in the teeth. And let's sell all these rare artworks, which will sell for a nice little profit. And so, pretty much, I'm going to head straight over to the Coriolis, and I will see you guys when I get there. Oh, what's this? Being interdicted by a competent asp. So, hello. This is going to be interesting. Power to systems.
Match systems.
Let's try and get some scans off on him. Let's see what we can get from him. Hopefully he's not going to try and ram us, because that's going to just suck. Right, how much is he worth? 46,000. Now that would be interesting to try and get. Let's see how easy it is to take his shields down.
Under attack.
That's not actually going to be that hard. So let us target his... where are we? Need to go and find his power plant. Now I'm going to keep everything into systems. What the hell is he firing at me? Let's flip that around so I can actually shoot at him. Power to weapons.
Diverting power to weapons.
Power to systems.
Match systems.
Programming limpet through.
Oh, that's not what I wanted. But it'll do as well.
Disengaged.
Maybe we'll actually find some nice cargo on him. Because at the moment, this doesn't seem like it's going to be too hard. Let's just try and stay out of his line of fire.
Target cargo dropped.
Well, he's dropping something, but I don't know what it is. We'll check it after we kill him. So, come on, you. Ah! Just realised I've not actually got his power plant targeted anymore. Doesn't matter though. We've pretty much got him down.
Target shields online.
Hey, you started this fight. Don't look at me.
Target shields offline.
Serves you
Target
right.
destroyed.
Right, now let's have a look at what he dropped. Clothing and food cartridges. No, thank you. Can't pick them up really anyway. Right, there we go. So let's get back out there and let's actually get to where we're going. Because we're pretty much just on the final approach.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
So I'll see you guys when I've docked.
Disengaged.
Well, here we are. We've just docked, and let's go and have a look at the starport services. Because first of all, we need to go into contacts and actually, not combat bonds. We actually need to come and pick up our bounties. So we've actually got 56,000 all but the kicking and screaming. So that's even more going towards our new ship. And now, what I want to do is before... I'm not even going to bother with this because we're actually selling this ship. Before we actually go and sell this ship, I'm actually going to go and sell everything off it. So when I've done that, I'll be back and we'll go and have a look and see if we can actually find a Cobra. You know what? You may notice that I'm still in my adder. And there's a reason for that. It's because I actually just thought to check. I just sold my multi-cannon and thought I'd better actually go and check this. But there isn't actually a Cobra in here at all. We have an Anaconda and an Asp and a Type 7, but we don't actually have a Cobra. So what we might want to actually go and do is swap over to the Viper. But I'm actually going to have a look around quickly and see what else we can see around here. So let's have a look at the map. Okay, because currently we are in an industrial system. Do we actually have any... There we go. We actually have a high-tech system over here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go and set fastest routes over to here and... Ooh, there we go. Actually plot a route over to this starport here. So I'll see you guys in a moment when I actually get over there and hopefully they have a Cobra. So I will see you guys in a moment. Alright, so here we are at our new destination, and before we go anywhere, let's go actually check and see whether it does have a Cobra. Now the fact that it has 12 ships here bodes very well for us. And yes, here we are, we actually have the Cobra here. So what we'll do is, again, I'm going to go into the outfitting department and sell everything off my ship. Thankfully, last time all I sold was the multi-cannon, so it didn't take too long to get everything back. But I'll see you guys in a moment when we're about to get our Cobra. Right, so we've pretty much gotten the ship back to stock and just gutted everything else out of there. So there's absolutely nothing on this ship now. Now the reason I do this is currently you don't actually lose anything by selling your modules back to the outfitting department. But when you actually sell the ship, when you come to sell it in the shipyard, you do actually lose 10% on the entire ship and everything included in it. So this way I'm actually minimising the amount of credit loss I'm getting. But Frontier are actually planning to amend that in the future when they can actually find a decent workaround for it. But this is the ship we are actually going to be going for. We're actually going to be going for the Cobra Mark III because it is a very nice multi-role ship. Now, I've never really been the biggest fan of this ship, because I've always preferred going full combat. Now, for full combat, the Viper wins hands down over the Cobra, but the Cobra is just so much more versatile. Now, the main reason I don't like it is, look at the shields here, a rating of 92, And here we have a rating of 136. So, yeah, I do much prefer the Viper, but the Cobra has the internal space that the Viper just does not have, because the Viper is just dedicated combat. But anyway, let's buy this ship. And what we're going to do is we're going to buy and sell our current ship. So we're actually knocking 64,600 odd off the price of the ship. We could actually do this, buy the ship and store the current one, but we don't want this ship. We're not going to use it again. So we'll sell it and we'll get a new one. Okay, so here we have our brand new Cobra. Our Cobra Mark III, and I'm looking forward to getting this baby out and basically break it in. But first of all, we have to go and do something that is absolutely necessary. We need to go and actually change the paint job. And there we go. We've actually got our orange ignition paint job, which fulfills one of our rules of this series, is that all ships must be painted yellow. Now, I know that's technically orange, but it's as close to yellow as I can get, and I don't like the standard pure yellow paint job. It just doesn't look right. Well, let's have a look, see if we've got any better things to put up here. We have got the dealer, but that just doesn't look right. If we had any of the combat ones here, that'd be great. But I do believe we are still harmless rating. But anyway, let's actually go and arm this sucker up. We'll sell both of these. So there we go. We're completely empty again. Now what we need to do is actually go and buy ourselves some weapons. Now we can buy back either some pulse or burst lasers, but what I want to quickly go into a little bit of detail with you guys is some of you guys have been asking me, how do you unlock the auto tracking option on your weapons? And it's not exactly a case of unlocking tracking or not. It's basically, it boils down to what type of weapons you're actually going to be fitting to your weapon, to your ship even. Because you can see here we have some pulse lasers and some burst lasers. But we actually have another burst laser down here, which is a 1F. We've got a burst laser here, which is a 1G. Now, that might not look like much of a difference, but what you need to look for is the little symbol here. Here you can see a target, and here you can see some kind of little cross thing. Now what these denote are the two different types of weapons. They're both the same class and both the same weapon, but this one's a fixed and this one's a gimbaled. And when you hover over it, it actually tells you weapon mode. And the tracking ones are the ones that are gimbaled. And these will actually track your target for you, whereas the fixed ones won't. But one of the things that is different is that if you hover over a different one, let's hover over the burst laser that's gimbaled, it's 1.7 shots per second. Go over to the fixed, it's 1.6. So it's got a lower rate of fire, but this actually does a bit more damage. And it also has a little bit of a higher power draw. So the gimbaled ones have lower power draw, fire faster, but do actually a little bit less damage every time they fire. You can't really tell that from just looking here, because this one's got 3 out of 10, and this one's got 3 out of 10, but the fixed ones do actually do proportionally more damage. But I'm crap at firing with fixed weapons, so we're going to be going for gimbaled. So we're going to be basically filling this thing up, and now we actually do have more. So class descending. There we go. Fragment. Where is it? Oh, I want a multi-cannon. There we go. Because now we have upgraded the amount of weapons that we have on this ship. So we've got 2 medium multi-cannons. And we're going to go and buy back both these gimbaled burst lasers. Now the main difference is that the placement of weapons are completely different. So we're going to have a look into that in a little bit. Alrighty, well here we go. I have actually just gone and upgraded as much as I can on this ship right now. We haven't bothered upgrading the power plant yet because we don't really have the money to do so. I've upgraded the thrusters 1 the frameshift drive, the life support, and I have maxed out the power distributor because this is something we desperately need. It means we can fire fire longer, more often, and it also means we can boost more often, and our shields last longer. Sensors I've upgraded. Shield generator I haven't upgraded because we don't actually have the money for it, unfortunately. And right now I am hoping to only go and pick on smaller ships right now, until I can actually afford to upgrade the shields on this thing. Now, if we go and try a little bit of bounty hunting, we might actually be able to go and do that, but we'll go and we'll have a look in a moment. I've maxed out the cargo capacity of these 2 slots, and I've also bought back our Hatchbreaker Olympic controller because I can't find a Class 2. I don't think they actually have them. I think the Hatchbreaker Olympic controllers actually go up to... the next one up is Class 3. So we'll have to wait and see. And I have actually bought a new frameshift drive interdictor. This time it's a Class 2, so it actually fits the slot better. So we should find it a little easier to actually interdict other ships. And you might have noticed I have actually left one of these slots empty. And the reason for that is we are actually going to go and have a look at what we can actually fit. I mean, we can, if we want, go and fit a fuel scoop. Problem with that is that's going to take up almost all of our money. But what I'm thinking of getting is actually one of these. A Collect Olympic controller. And what that allows us to do is not just fire off drones to go and break the cargo hatch and actually steal cargo from ships. This actually means we can go and collect cargo without actually having to go and scoop it. So that is amazing. So that's what we're going to go and do. Let's go have a look through these different classes and see if any of them actually allow us to control more than one Olympic. No, they don't. So there's not the biggest amount of difference in performance of all these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the cheapest one for now. And actually, come to think of it, let's change that. Because I just realised that it actually has only a 600 metre range on it, and that's not that amazing. Because you can see here we've got 600 metres. Actually, no. The one we have has an 800 metre range. Okay, so the 1D has a 600 metre range. That's really strange, but it has a longer lifetime. Okay. So I think we're actually going to just upgrade to this one here. We're going to get a longer lifetime and a longer range. And it's not really that expensive. So let's exit out. And let's go and have a look over at our fire groups and our modules. Because at the moment we are a little bit over power draw, but we can fix this fairly well. We've got our cargo hatch currently on set to priority 2, so what happens is when we pull out our weapons, the cargo hatch will shut off, but I'm not too fussed about that one, so I'm going to change that one over, and the frameshift drive interdictor. So hopefully, let's see if I change that back to number 1. Nah, I don't think that's actually going to do enough for us. Thrusters, cargo hatch. Yeah, I think we're going to have the cargo hatch on priority 2. I'll actually change it over to priority 3. No, I'll keep that on 2 actually, and what we'll do is we'll change this one to 3 and this one to 3. So those will shut off first, and then the cargo hatch would shut off after. But it's not a big issue. Alrighty. We can't do anything here, and what we need to do now, actually, oops. So what we need to do now is just go and set our fire groups. So let's turn these ones off. Now what I'm planning is to only have 2 fire groups here, if I can help it. So I'm going to have lasers. Actually, I'm going to have 3, aren't I? Yes, I am. Then I'm going to have both my scanners on 2, and my frameshift drive interdictor. The frameshift drive interdictor is going to be on all of these things, as are the burst lasers. So there we go. On the second one, we're going to have our Hatchbreaker Olympic controller and our Collect Olympic controller. So the hatch breaker I'm setting to be on my main trigger, and my collector is going to be on my secondary fire. And on the last one, that's just going to be our multi-cannons. So that is going to be kind of epic. And we've got the same amount of fire groups, and I don't want to have any more. At the very most I ever want to have is 3 fire groups. Anything more than that is just a little bit too much. So, next thing to do is just to go and stock up on limpets. So here we go. We've now got a maximum cargo capacity of 32, so we can actually take a good amount more limpets. I'm actually going to take 20. Actually, I'll take 16. So getting half and half. Because not only can we use the limpets to break open the cargo hatches of our target ships, we can also use them to go and collect the cargo. So we'll see how this setup works, and then we will actually go and amend things after. But holy Christ, look at this. We've actually got quite a few missions available at the moment. We've even got one for over 100,000. So I'm going to take this one. So this was going to the Saudi Ho system. And this is taking 6 battle weapons. So accept. Okay. And let's have a look at the rest of these and see where these are going. Because if need be, what I'm going to do is actually just sell off all my limpets. Here we go. Here's another one going to the same system. And this is for 60,000. So yes, please. Now, somebody else actually did point this out, that this does look like the game's pretty much pushing us to go and do... basically go and be criminals right from the get-go. And in a way, I can kind of agree with this. Well, actually, I do really agree with this, because a lot of the illegal missions pay a hell of a lot. And what's this one for? That's another system. But that's just for 2 something else. Admittedly, it's for 25,000, but I want to keep a little bit of space in my cargo hold. Because I do actually want to find... if I find some ships, I do actually want to go and pirate them. Now, we've only got 3 tons left in our cargo hold, but after firing off a couple of limpets, that shouldn't be a big issue. And we'll have at least 5 tons of cargo space. So we'll leave that as it is now, and we'll go and actually deliver these missions. Because they were just way too good to say no to. So let's go and have a look at the galaxy map and find out where the hell we're going. So we've got one system up here and one system down here. That system is in our powers jurisdiction, whereas this one isn't. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to go and jump to this one first, just to hand off our one mission, and then jump over to the second system. So here we go, this is where we've got to go. We're already set to fastest route, and how many jumps is that? That's just 1 jump. So that's cool. So let's just, there we go, sort our weapon pips out, and let's launch. So what I'm going to do is I am going to jump ahead, because this is really just a delivery. But I'll come back to you guys if something interesting happens, or if I find something to pirate, kill, or something tries to pirate or kill me. So I'll see you guys in a moment. Well, it looks like somebody's going to be trying to... there we go. Daniel Crazy Ivan Dangor. Yeah, he's wanted, and he wants to to interdict us. Now, this is generally because we're actually joined a power now. These guys have never really bothered me before.
Power plant capacity exceeded.
Right, he's a member of the Jet Mob. So let's scan him for his bounty and any potential cargo this guy has. He's not even got any shields, so this is going to be just like a walk in the park. Now let's see. Cargo. Well, he's got some atmospheric processors, which is kind of interesting. And he's not worth all that much, but oh well. Let's fire off a hatch breaker. And I just realised something. That was really dumb of me. I don't actually want to have my lasers on this particular setup, so that's fine. And whilst that's actually going and doing its job, let's actually just kill him. So let's get him back in our view again. Now this guy really is a really poor pirate. Oh yeah, really need to put some power into my weapons, so... Oh, looks like he must have been hitting his power plant. Right, now what exactly did he drop? So we've got the atmospheric processors. So where are they? There we go. Too far away for our collector limpets. There we go, at least we're within a kilometre now.
Programming limpet through.
And what I need to do is...
Deploy cargo hatch.
Yep, just realised that I can't actually deploy my carbo. There we go. So yes, it expired, but that's because we fired it off. Well, I fired it off, let's say. Retract cargo scoop.
Retracting cargo scoop.
Right, wait. Oh, it's that way. The reason it expired is because I fired it specifically at the atmospheric processors, because the rest of this is just scrap and bio waste. I don't actually want them. So I'm actually just firing this off on a targeted collection.
Programming limpet through.
Deploy cargo scoop.
Deploying cargo scoop.
So if you actually select what you want to pick up, so if I, like I've done here, select the atmospheric processors,
Collector limpet expired.
it'll actually just go and collect that and nothing else.
Power plant capacity exceeded.
No, that's not what I wanted to do. So let's actually go and go to where we're going. Now it is a little way ahead, so I am going to jump ahead.
4,
But
3,
first of all, what I wanted to say is, yes, firing off the limpets when you've actually got something targeted will only collect that target, and then the limpet will burn out after that. If you have nothing selected and fire off a collector limpet, it will just keep going and collecting everything willy-nilly in the area around you. So if you're very picky about what you're picking up, you'll be firing off one for one. If you're not picky, then it'll be one for however many until it runs out of power. But anyway guys, I will see you in a moment. You know what? This is one of the things I really do like about the Cobra, is its sheer speed. I mean, without boosting, we're actually going as fast as the Adder goes boosting. So that is kind of insane, and I've only upgraded the thrusters once. And another good thing is it still lands on small pads. So deploy landing gear. Deploy landing gear.
Deploying landing gear.
I've really got to make sure I stop saying things before I actually give commands. Because that's the problem, is the reason she doesn't understand me is because I say something and then give the command, like, really quickly after. So I've got to stop doing that.
docking successful. Engines disengaged.
So let's refuel and let us actually just hand in the mission here. There we go, so that's nice. And what else we got here? Ooh, where's this going? Again, this is another one I cannot say no to, really. More battle weapons. So we'll accept that one for now. And if need be, I'll just go and hand it in off camera if the episode does get too long, because at the moment I have been playing for over an hour. But a lot of this is something I'm going to be cutting out. So let's go back to the galaxy map. And, well, that's actually on the way to where we're going. So we'll jump over to here. And then jump over to our actual main destination. So, set a course for there. And then what I'm going to do is actually go and buy the exploration data for this system, because I didn't actually have that beforehand. So, yeah, this system looks kind of interesting. It's only got 2 outposts in there, and none of them have a black market, so oh well. But it's fine. So let us get the hell out of Dodge and go and hand in the next bunch of missions. I'm going to try and do this as quickly as possible so we can get a little bit more action out of this Cobra this episode rather than just delivering cargo. So I'll see you guys in a moment.
Engines engaged.
Retract landing gear. Deploy landing gear.
Deploying landing gear.
Docking successful. Engines
Yeah, that was a lot easier. So, let's go and refuel and actually just hand in this mission and then jump over to our next destination. Hopefully we'll be able to find a mission to actually hand in there as well. Let's see. It's Barvas, and that's in the same system. But what was the name of the system we're actually going to? Yeah, Sudi Hull. So no, nothing going to that particular system. So I'm going to leave those ones for now and actually just go and launch and get ourselves to our final destination. Hopefully we will survive and death won't come and take us. Sorry. Every time Widow comes out and says something about Final Destination, I always get that kind of thought in my head. Retract landing gear.
Retracting the landing gear.
So, let's go and just plot our next course and be gone. Well, we do actually have a wanted hauler. He's not going to be wanted for a great deal of money. Yeah, 2,000 credits, but he might have some interesting cargo on him. So again, we're going to go and chase this little guy down, and I will see you guys when I actually get closer to him. Here we go, we're in range. And it is still a little difficult to keep him in the centre. I mean, at the moment, I'm not really trying too hard. So I'm not having to fight the ship as much as we did with the previous frameshift drive interdictor. This one's just so much easier. Occasionally it does buck a bit like that one.
Hull integrity compromised.
That's not exactly surprising
Exceeded.
with the hull integrity compromise thing. We get that. Oh, hello. Yeah, boost away so I can actually carry on scanning you. Who gets interdicted by a pirate and then just sits there? Right, let's have a look. Whoops, I didn't actually mean to untarget him. So, cargo. He's got lithium and combat stabilizers. I'm interested in the combat stabilizers. So, where is he? There we go. Let's change over to our next. Actually, I need to have my weapons out, don't I?
Target shields offline. Programming limpet drone.
There we go. So hopefully we'll be able to get what we want out of him to begin with.
Hatchbreaker limpet engaged.
Yep, so we've made contact. And hopefully the guy's not going to try and run, because if he is, we're just going to have to go and blow him up. Now I am thinking I might actually want to add in another fire group here. So I have... yeah, what's he dropping? So I have my lasers and available all the time, because it just feels a little bit hampering. Yeah, so I think I'm going to do that actually after we deal with this guy. I'll do that off screen.
Target shields offline. Programming limpet drone. Hatch breaker limpet engaged.
So I think now we can pretty much just kill him. He's going to be dropping more cargo.
Target cargo dropped.
Let's leave him on 10% for a minute. We'll kill him right at the last second before his shields come back up. I don't care if your boss is not going to like this. There we go. Now, what have we got? We've mostly got combat stabilizers.
Destroyed.
So let's actually go and find that big cluster of them. Here we go. So hopefully we're going to have a couple within 1 kilometre. That was outside of a kilometre, so let's get that one inside. There we go, and let us fire off one collector limpet. Deploy cargo hatch.
Deploying cargo scoop.
So what you're going to see now is because I didn't actually... actually, I think I did target that one, didn't I?
Collector limpet expired.
Yes, I did.
Programming limpet drone.
So I didn't actually target this one. So what's going to happen is it's going to fire off, pick up different things if they are within range, and then it's just going to scoop them up and then fly off for some more. So I'm going to scoop these guys up, and I will see you guys at the destination. So I'll see you guys in a moment. Deploy landing gear.
Deploying landing gear.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Okay, so we'll reload, repair, and refuel. And get back into the bulletin board and just hand in these 2 missions, I think it was, if I remember correctly. Yep, here we go. So first one for 130,000 credits, and the next one for 60,000. So now I do believe we are over 1 million credits, so that is bloody awesome, and we're nearly 500,000 actually to do some more upgrades to this bucket. Problem is we don't have an outfitting department here. Let's have a look at what else we've got. Doobie-doobie-doo. Nothing really all that interesting at present. Oh, finding some ancient artifacts would be nice, but I'm going to leave that for now because I've been playing for close to 2 hours, and I'm going to have to edit this down. So unfortunately, I don't think we're going to have time to go and actually do some bounty hunting or some serious hardcore pirating this episode. So first thing first, I'm going to go and do that next episode. So let's enter the hangar and pretty much get ready to go. So anyway, if you guys have enjoyed this video, please do hit that like button. It really does help my channel out. And if you haven't already, join the Wolfpack by hitting that big subscribe button. You'll get notifications from whenever I release new videos. And until next time, Commanders, from me and Commander Ducky, keep flying and stay shiny.